from Javier. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. How do you recommend that we prepare to stay in touch with everyone involved on this site if the internet goes down for a while?
Carrier pigeons? Now, this is why I recommended that everyone download their own archive of our material. You know, it's not always going to be possible to stay in touch. That's one of the things about the disintegration of a civilization, that some areas are left intact and others fall apart quicker. So we don't know where the destruction is going to hit. We don't know which parts of the internet may be down for a while, or, you know, we just don't know. So we have to be prepared for anything. That's why I said, see, this is a change in attitude. Right now, the attitude is trust the cloud. Put your information out there in the internet and let everybody download it as they need it. See? That's like the global solution. And what we're saying is the global solution is going to fail. You need a local solution. Don't trust the big corporations. See? Trust your local community. So if you find this material valuable, if you find that it gives you some added value, then you should have your own backup. You should have your own archive. Huh? Make your own website with the same information on it. Why not? You see? Have a local server. You know, use the local internet. Or, you know, there's even a way of networking cell phones so that you create a local internet that doesn't even go through the company's server. And nowadays with smartphones, everybody could have a little Linux smartphone with its own networking software on it. You know, there's no reason, and the phones would just network themselves spontaneously. They wouldn't even use any company server. That technology is possible. Somebody should develop it. So, yeah, there are ways to communicate. But we're not always, we're not confident that the current global communications is going to remain undisturbed. We're not confident in any of it. See, if one part of the system goes down, then, you know, any of it could go down at any time. You know, so we want to shift our attitude towards local resources, local organization, local stashes of everything. Food, water, information. Everybody should have their own copy of the Vedic scriptures printed out, archived, so that if there's any problem, they can always refer to the printed copy. See? Yeah, it's a big job. But the alternative is to lose all of this value, all of this wisdom. That's an interesting project. I'm going to pursue that. I saw a mention of it in Slashdot last night. Somebody was saying if you can take a smartphone and run Linux on it, and then the smartphones all network themselves into a little local area network, and they don't even connect to the carrier. Yeah, somebody could do that. Somebody should do that.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is to do like a package for putting our website and the forums and the videos all in one local hard drive, something like that.
That would be pretty big, huh?
Yeah, like 100 gigabytes.
Aye.
But that way we can have an offline backup.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's worth a hard drive. Okay, next question.
No, it's very simple questions.
No? What time is it?
It's 1:45.
Okay. Well, now if there aren't any more questions, then...
Oh, there's one last question.
Oh.
Question from Bruce. How does the community deal with betrayal from members not following the principles?
Well, you know, if you get into that mood, you're going to lose everybody. And the reason is that people are not perfect. They fall down. Huh? If you let somebody into your community who is not sincere, and they're not following the principles and like that, you should be able to tell. And you should take it up with them, and you should make it an issue. You know? It's often found that devotees, you know, they want to follow the principles, and they just can't. So what Srila Prabhupada used to do is he would make sure they didn't have any, like, real critical engagement. And he would just, you know, because they're Shudras, is really what they are. They're Shudras, see. So you have to institute varnashram. That's part of our community plan. And the people who can't follow the principles for whatever reason, they simply remain Shudras. They're not allowed to have any management role. They can't be a director of any projects. They have to be simply engaged in doing some manual labor, not anything that requires intelligence, because if they can't follow the principles, they're not going to have any intelligence. See? So, if you institute varnashram, that will keep the people who can't follow the principles out of any position where they could cause damage or significant damage to the community. For a long time we have been testing different methods of screening people. And Vedic astrology is probably the best way of screening people. You know, we have a whole astrology course on our site. It's there for a reason. You want to learn how to analyze a person's character, to see whether they're trustworthy before you give them any big position in your community. See? Another filtering mechanism is our University of Higher Knowledge courses. When you finish the Bhakta degree course, then you get the designation of being a Shudra. But to get Vaishya designation, you have to finish the Bhakti Shastri 1 course. And to get Brahmana, to get Kshatriya, you have to finish Bhakti Shastri 2. And to get Brahmana, you have to finish Bhakti Vaibhava, which is a very tough course. So anybody who can finish Bhakti Vaibhava up through that level, they deserve the designation of Brahmana. And then they become the advisors and the teachers for the whole community. You see? If you just have, like the ISKCON centers, they haven't instituted Varnashram. And because they haven't initiated this program of Varnashram, they have so many rascals doing, acting as leaders, acting as Kshatriyas, and acting as Brahmanas, and managing and making decisions and preaching and all of this, which they're not at all qualified to do. So until you put in that system of education, until you put in the system of Varnashram, you have absolutely no guarantee that people won't betray your. In fact, the guarantee is that they will betray, because you will give a position to someone that they're not qualified for. And that's really what betrayal is. But it's your problem. It's your fault if you don't screen people properly. So that's why our whole the community plan, which you obviously have not read, is structured the way it is, simply to prevent unqualified people from getting into positions of seniority and power. Because this is what ruined ISKCON. Is another question? Sorta?
Insi is saying, it took me 9 months to preach to my partner until he understands and applies the principles. How can I preach to people that I don't know? It is so difficult. Being a spiritual teacher is so difficult. I personally know that.
Yeah, I personally know that too.